on One Life to Live.
What if you had another choice?
Between what and what?
Between an acting career and settling down with a nice fella.
Is this a proposal?
Well, if it was, would you accept?
And on the edge of night.
You know, Raven, if someone would have told me a month ago that I would be here with you, I would have told them they're crazy.
One Life to Live, The Edge of Night, weekdays.
The People's Court today at 4:30.
Raven, unfortunately, the death of George Foley and his sister in that car crash has made things far more difficult. The police would have preferred having them alive and in custody.
Well, maybe so, but at least they're not still after me, drugging me and bugging me about that diary.
But that's what bothers the police, not having Foley or the diary.
Well, I'm glad it's gone, and I wish I'd never seen it in the first place.
Perhaps they'll find it in the wreckage. Frankly, I didn't wait to find out. I was much more anxious to get back home and find out exactly what is going on here.
Why? Why were you so worried?
Well, you must admit that your phone call was very strange indeed. Asking me to call you back and then saying all those peculiar things.
Oh, Geraldine, it was just a joke. Your nephew decided to take me home, so I thought I'd play a little joke on him.
Mm-hmm. And did he find it amusing?
As a matter of fact, he did find it amusing.
And is that why you have that look? So radiant and happy.
You want to know something? Tonight, I was happier than I have been since the death of my husband. And in a way, I sort of got him back.
Mr. Whitney, may I help you?
Yeah, you can help me. You can tell me where the hell Gunther is.
Well, didn't he drive you home?
No, he didn't. He was supposed to get me over an hour ago, but he didn't show up. I had to take a taxi home. Now, where the hell is he?
I'm sorry. I don't know where he is.
Hi. No, you don't.
Katie, come in here! Bring Calvin!
Now, where's your boyfriend, Cliff, the lawyer, huh?
He's home, but Dee Dee and Calvin are in the other room, so you just better get out of here.
Dee Dee and Calvin are down at Sid's, and they're having a nice, long dinner. So, I guess we finally get the chance to have our long-awaited date, huh?
Listen, you big person. You just better watch your step, because I've been known to get violent.
Well, you needn't worry, honey. I'm not gonna hurt you. No, I'm not even gonna be here for very long. I gotta pick up the boss a little later. All I want is one little kiss.
No!
The Edge of Night is brought to you by Mild Ivory Liquid. It helps hands stay young-looking. And by Mountain Grown Folgers, Mountain Grown coffee, the richest kind.
Hey, Ed, what'd you use in the automatic coffee maker?
Folgers flaked coffee.
Great.
What do you use in the automatic coffee maker?
Folgers flaked coffee.
Delicious.
Mrs. Olson, what did you use? Oh, Folgers flaked coffee.
Nothing's better in these coffee makers.
Where's that?
Folgers is mountain grown, the richest kind of coffee. It's a coffee recommended by Mr. Coffee, the best-selling coffee maker.
And it's flaked?
Flaked to release more rich flavor, so you use less. If you normally use 5 measures, you only need 4 of Folgers flaked coffee.
Delicious.
Mountain grown Folgers. That's how good coffee makers make great coffee.
How old am I? I'm 25. So am I.
One of these swimmers is not 25, but 34. She's Mary Lou Kenworthy, mother of 2. Can you pick her out? They both look so young. But let's see their hands. They look young, too.
My hands need as much care as the rest of me, so they deserve Ivory Liquid for dishes. The name Ivory has always meant mildness to me, and I trust it to treat my hands gently. The rich, mild suds help my hands stay young-looking, even with all the dishes I do.
Still can't tell who's 34?
It's me.
Well, you sure look young.
Swimming helps.
What helped your hands look so young?
My hands? Oh, Ivory Liquid. The mildness helps a lot. I'd never use anything else.
Mild Ivory Liquid helps hands look young.
I knew that you wouldn't take it right.
I amuse you. Amuse you, that's what I do. I amuse you, just like...
Come on, don't take me wrong, Raven.
Well, how am I supposed to take it?
Just listen to me. There's no compliment I can think of that's more sincere to give to a woman than to tell her that she amuses me. I mean, do you know how many attractive, intelligent women there are that just lose their charm when you find out how predictable they are? That's one thing that you are not, Raven, is predictable. That's right. That's one thing that you are not. No, not ever. Oh. Hello, Spencer.
Good evening, Sky. How was your dinner with Mr. Devereaux?
That was very enjoyable, as a matter of fact. Where have you been?
Oh, well, I couldn't sleep, so I took a walk. Say, have you had a chance to take a look at those reports that I obtained concerning television operations in the U.S.?
Yeah, I was just looking at them.
I hope they're helpful.
Well, they will be as soon as I get a chance to concentrate on them. I can't really do that tonight. Not tonight.
Why do I get the feeling that you seldom read that background material I provide for your enlightenment, Sky?
Oh, why should I, Spencer? I mean, when you go to the trouble to do all these briefings for me, that saves me a lot of time, and then all I have to do is rely on your good advice.
Well, if that's the case, then I have some further advice for you, Sky.
Oh, about that cost-effectiveness report? Yeah, I was thinking about that.
It's not about the station at all. It's about the domestic staff.
What about the domestic staff?
Well, actually, it's about Nora Fulton.
Nora?
Yes, I think I made a mistake in approving her employment here.
Well, now, wait a minute, Spencer. I mean, it was your decision to tell me that you approved of her. I mean, it was because of you that I hired her in the first place. Now, didn't I tell you people to just work it out between yourselves?
I understand that was the basis of hiring her, but I've made a mistake, and to put it bluntly, I think she should go.
I don't know, Spencer. I'm surprised. I mean, it seems to me the house is running just fine. It seems everything is going nice and smoothly. The meals are served on time. The house is kept neat and clean. The accounts are kept in order. As a matter of fact, I saw her out waxing the floor in the foyer when it wasn't even necessary to.
Oh, yes, that.
No, I don't know. It seems to me she's a lot more reliable than our dear old Gunther has been lately. No, I'm sorry, Spencer. Unless you can come up with a really significant reason for wanting to get rid of her, things will remain as they are. Besides, I'm in too good a mood tonight to think about firing anybody.
Sounds as though you had a very pleasant evening with your old friend, Mr. Devereaux.
Yeah. Well, as it turned out, it wasn't just a dinner for two. It was a dinner for three. Raven was there.
Geraldine, if you could have seen the look on Schuyler's face when I walked up to that dinner table, oh, it was all I could do to hold myself back from laughing out loud.
I'm sorry, but I fail to see the humor in it.
Why?
Because you were an intruder, that's why. You knew perfectly well that Schuyler and Ian Devereaux were boyhood friends, that they hadn't seen each other in years, and that this evening was to have been a reunion for them. But no, you walk in as the fifth wheel. Frankly, I think it was a very rude and selfish thing to do.
Geraldine, don't give me a lecture. Remember, the whole dinner was my idea in the first place. So Schuyler Whitney couldn't do a thing about it. And Ian couldn't do a thing about it except go along with my plan, which proves that men aren't nearly as clever as they think they are.
I beg to differ with you, my dear. It simply means that Ian Devereaux is a gentleman. Well, simply didn't want to thwart your plans. Exactly. I'm sure he knew exactly what you were doing. He just let you get away with it, that's all.
Well, look, I don't care the reasons why the plan worked. The fact is that it did.
Yeah, I'm just glad I wasn't there. That's all I have to say. Oh, I can see it now. Schuyler sulking through to the dessert. Ian making polite conversation, and you being, oh, so gay and charming.
That's not the way it was at all. Actually, I had a very good time.
Oh, I'm sure you did.
You want to know something else? Ian likes me. I mean, really likes me. It was obvious tonight.
Then he has my deepest sympathy. I swear, Raven, if I had the strength, I would turn you over my knee and spank the daylights out of you. Tell me something. What do you want to be when you grow up?
Mrs. Schuyler Whitney.
Oh, dear Lord, deliver me. And tell me, how did this little drawing room comedy end this evening?
Well, it was lovely. We parted friends, and then Schuyler took me home.
What did you do? Toss a two-headed coin?
Almost. But anyway, Schuyler took me home, and then we talked for a few minutes, and it was quite amicable, really.
Then you were able to communicate?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That's nice. So much better than fighting.
Infinitely. And you want to know something else? Schuyler Whitney's defenses are crumbling, and the inevitable is going to happen. And from now on, I'm not going to have to chase Schuyler Whitney at all, because he's going to do all the chasing himself. See what I mean? Hello?
Raven. Ian Devereux.
Oh, hello, Ian. What a nice surprise.
I'm glad you think so, considering the hour I'm calling. I'm sure I woke you from a deep sleep.
Oh, no. Actually, I was reading.
Well, I felt it necessary to call you when I heard this news. Or perhaps you've heard already.
What news?
My ex-caretaker, George Foley, and the woman he called his sister were in an automobile accident.
You know, actually, I did hear that. Geraldine was at the site earlier.
Yes, well, it's pretty grim news, but I thought you might feel some sense of relief.
Oh, I do. I haven't had a good night's sleep since that guy walked into my life.
Well, he's out of your life now. Anyway, I hope the news is important enough to justify this phone call.
Oh, it was. Thank you. And thank you so much for the lovely dinner.
Well, I'm happy you enjoyed it. I enjoyed myself, too. I must say that the only regret that I had was I lost the toss for the privilege of taking you home.
Well, then I guess I'll just have to make it up to you, won't I?
Well, yes, you can, as a matter of fact. My sister Camilla is coming to Monticello. And since she doesn't really know anybody here except me, I thought it might be nice to introduce you two ladies to each other.
Oh, sure. I'd love to meet your sister.
Yeah, I think you'll like her. She's quite lively.
Wonderful.
Anyway, would dinner on Thursday night suit you?
Tell me something. Is your sister engaged or married?
No, she's been widowed for some years.
Wonderful. Then why don't we make it a foursome and invite Schuyler along?
I got my A's.
I got my B's.
We've got our E's.
Got my C and D.
I get Myadeck because I want more for me.
Compare the leading multivitamin mineral formulas. Myadeck's complete balanced vitamin formula with minerals, including zinc, has the highest potency of them all.
I got my manganese, magnesium, my copper, and my zinc.
Iron. I get Myadeck because I want more for me.
Myadeck, if you want more.
Can I feed your dog, Mr. Green?
Oh, sure, Jenny. Say the magic words.
Alpha time!
Ha ha!
Wow, she really goes for that Alpha.
Oh, yeah.
Why does she like Alpha so much?
It's the beef. Dogs have a natural love for beef.
And beef is good for dogs.
Oh, you bet. Alpo Beef Chunks dinner is packed with the beef dogs thrive on.
That's a lot of beef.
It sure is, and Alpo's got the beef dogs love to eat.
That's for sure.
You beast, stay right where you are. I'm warning you, this weapon can do a lot of damage in the hands of a desperate woman. I mean it. I mean it. I don't want to have to use this.
Well, maybe to a flapjack, honey, but not to a John like me. Now, you wouldn't want to see a grown man cry, would you?
Well, I'm telling you, get out of here or I'll...
Why? What? You'll what?
I'll think of something.
Well, listen, I'm enjoying your company too much to leave it just as yet. Now, look, why don't you just offer me a drink? I mean, you got any booze, any ice?
No, I'm defrosting.
Oh, well, I certainly hope so, baby. Now, this is more like it. Yeah, listen, why don't you come over here, sit on my lap, we'll have a little chat, get to know each other.
Oh, I'd rather die.
You'd rather die? You are adorable, do you know that? Yeah, cute and spunky, just like I like 'em. We make a terrific pair, don't we?
No!
Oh, yes, we do. Big, strong me and cute little you. I know you're not convinced as yet, but I am one hell of a guy.
That's your opinion.
But I think I'm gonna come over there and get a kiss just to show you what a hell of a guy.
No! No! Let go of me, you big ape!
Now, me Tarzan and you Jane, baby.
No! Leave me alone, you bald thing!
Now, why did you say that? That's a terrible thing to say to a guy on a bald thing. What's wrong with being bald? Bald is beautiful. And don't you...
No! No! Leave me alone!
Hi, Nora. How are you?
I'm fine, but you don't look so good.
Yeah, well, how did you know I was here?
Intuition? I had a feeling you'd be here with your little playmate. If you don't want to lose your job, you better get home as fast as you can. Explain to Mr. Whitney where you are, unless, of course, you want me to do it.
Well, actually, I just lost track of time, so...
Oh, I know. Time flies when you're having fun. But will Mr. Whitney understand? And will he understand that you were lured here by a little lady you couldn't get a man any other way?
It's a lie! He forced his way
now,
in
wait a
here.
minute. I just came by here to deliver a package, you know, to the Whitney Theater. That's all. You coming, Nora?
Let's face it, if all we had to clean was one little spot of greasy dirt, any cleaner full strength would do. But greasy dirt gets everywhere. So I clean by the bucket with Top Job. It's a fact. No leading liquid in a bucket tops Top Job on the toughest greasy dirt. Take pine oils. They're fine full strength. But pour them in water like I do. And see, Top Job cleans the toughest greasy dirt better than pines. Fact is, oil and water don't mix like Top Job. So when you clean the toughest greasy dirt by the bucket, switch from pines to Top Job.
And now there's a new improved Top Job. Dissolves grease faster to clean even better by the bucket.
Mother Ferguson, you're softening clothes in the wrong machine.
Sue, dear, I've used liquids in the washer for years.
But we use Bounce in the dryer.
These clothes are soft, dear.
Try Bounce's softness.
Soft. But this gets out static cling. Usually.
Bounce controls cling better because it works in the dryer where static starts.
But things smell nice.
But not like this.
That's fresh.
And the freshness lasts longer because Bounce doesn't get rinsed away. No liquid or sheet has this terrific scent.
You're right, dear. I used the wrong machine and the wrong softener.
Did you say I'm right?
For once.
Bounce or new unscented Bounce, the right softener for the right machine.
And now, Miss Bannister, I don't want to hear one more word about the fact that the only reason I want to help Troy is because I happen to be so crazy about you.
But it is true, isn't it?
You bet. But the point is, the kid's in trouble, and I'd like to do something to soften the situation, maybe to help both of you.
You're right. It really doesn't make any difference why you want to help. It's just wonderful that you want to try. Especially considering the fact that Troy killed a fellow officer.
Yeah, well, I have to admit that Ted Loomis was not one of my favorite cops. As a matter of fact, I didn't like him at all, but that's not the point either. The thing is to get Troy the best possible deal we can under the existing laws, and you know as well as I do that the only way to do that is getting him to make an honest confession.
Yeah, but how do we force him to do that? The longer he sticks to this story, the worse it is for him. If we could just get him to plead guilty to manslaughter, we might be able to get a reduced sentence, but he is so stubborn.
Yeah, I think it runs in the family.
Well, he won't listen to me, that's for sure.
Well, I got an idea. If you don't mind, why don't we give it a try together tomorrow, both of us? Okay.
Hey.
Okay. Hey, Valerie.
Hi, Val. What are you doing out so late? I thought we were the only people who got hungry at this hour.
No, I'm not hungry. I just came from a late movie, and I think I left something here, so I gotta check the sit. I just wanted to say hi.
Oh, hi.
Hi. I'll see you.
Okay.
Knock, knock.
Oh, hi, Val. How are you?
Oh, I'm okay, I guess. Listen, when I was in earlier, did I leave a manila envelope here with some negatives inside?
You sure did.
Thank you.
Oh, here we are.
I don't know what the matter. I'm just still shaking from that experience at the studio with Foley. My head's not on quite right yet.
Well, that was a pretty bad scene, honey. You ought to take a couple of days off to recover, Val. You know, stay away from the studio for a while.
No, I think it's more like falling off a horse. The best thing I can do is get right back on.
Well, at least you got a nice, big, strong fellow looking out after you. That's one good thing.
I think Jim has enough on his mind without keeping an eye on me. You know, the theater opening's about to happen. I just hope he doesn't starve while he's getting it all together.
Oh, he'll come along all right. He knows his credit is always good here, and with Buffy Revere supporting him for a while. I mean, with Mrs. Revere supporting the theater. Well, he must be drawing salary, you know?
I thought that just the cast and the crew were drawing salaries.
Well, yeah, sure, that's what I... Listen, honey, I don't know anything about it.
Don't worry about it. It's not important.
Oh, come on, honey. Nora. Look, will you be reasonable?
Reasonable? I find you lurking in that stupid little girl's apartment. You want me to be reasonable?
Nora, will you listen to me, please? Now, it's not what you think.
Just what was it then? Didn't look like backgammon to me.
Oh, look, I was just wasting time. I went down to Sid's. She was there. She invited me to her place for a drink, see? So
You just couldn't refuse, could you?
Well, I couldn't hurt her feelings, could I?
Her feelings? What about mine?
Look, honey, now listen. She doesn't mean a thing to me, not a thing. Only you. Now, you ought to know that by now.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Oh, come on, honey. Come on now. Look, spend the night with me in my room, okay? Please? Please.
All right. We can't go in together. Go around the back. He's really mad at you.
Please. You promise?
Yeah.
Ball thing. What a terrible thing to say to a guy. Oh, I got it. I'm gonna show you, honey.
Sammy Davis Jr. pays an emotional visit to General Hospital.
Son, forget that, man. I am not your son. And I'm still your father. Technically, yes, but you were never a real father. Now get out of here.
General Hospital.
So, Raven is still full of surprises. She did it again tonight. Imagine walking in on your dinner with Mr. Devereaux.
Yeah, well, it wasn't all that unpleasant, really.
Oh?
No, as a matter of fact, the evening had something of an unexpected ending.
What do you mean?
Oh, I took the lady home.
I imagine she maneuvered that quite well.
Actually, I found her more irresistible than I had expected.
Guy, what do you mean, irresistible?
She was really quite charming, that's all.
You're not having a change of heart with this woman, not after everything you've been through. You know how she operates, Skye.
Yeah, I know how she operates, but I don't think she's that bad.
Now, may I remind you of something that you may have forgotten, but which should seem patently clear by now? She is not interested in you. The man she still loves was the man who called himself Schuyler Whitney. You're only a reasonable facsimile, Skye.
You're not mincing any words tonight, are you, Spencer?
Not when it comes to this subject, no.
All right. You don't have to get so worked up over it. Unfortunately, though, you're probably right. I don't know how I could have worked myself up into thinking otherwise.
Whitney residence? Yes, one moment, please. It's Mr. Devereaux.
Hello, Ian. How are you?
Fine, Skye. Look, I'm terribly sorry to be calling this late, but I took a chance that you might still be up. Did I wake you?
No, not at all. I've been up reading here. Look, I was going to call you first thing in the morning and thank you for a great dinner tonight, but you beat me to the phone. Is everything all right?
Yeah, everything's fine. Skye, do you remember my sister Camilla? Because she's coming back to Monticello.
Oh, yeah, of course I remember. Well, I remember her at the freckles and pigtail stage.
Well, she's long past that stage. Anyway, I'm planning a little dinner party for her on Thursday, and I'd like you to be there.
Dinner on Thursday night for your sister, huh? Well, sounds great.
Okay. And there's one more thing. I'm inviting Raven also.
Raven's going to be there, is she? Hey, Ian, that sounds fine. I'll be looking forward to it. Yeah, good. I'll see you then. Good night now. Don't look so upset, Spencer. This is not going to be a foursome. I'm going to play the same game that Raven did. I am going to invite an unexpected guest. Valerie Bryson.
If you haven't tried Kellogg's Honey and Nut Cornflakes cereal, you've never tasted.
Nuts in the corn. Well, I poured something sunny in my bowl each morning. Chunky nuts and honey on flakes of corn. It tastes so good, it makes me want to crow. Nuts in the corn, let everybody know. Nuts in the corn.
Real chunky nuts.
Nuts in the corn.
With a tasty touch of honey so the nuts stay put.
Kellogg's Honey and Nut Cornflakes. It's the only nutty cornflake anyone makes. Nuts in the corn.
All day long working up on those girders. But, honey, you know, I didn't even mind, because I kept thinking, tonight you're making us a pot roast. It was like I could smell it cooking, even see it, brown and hot and juicy. You poured on that rich beef gravy of yours.
Somehow, nothing satisfies like a good beef meal.
But you know, all my dreaming didn't come close to what I'm tasting right now.
Tonight, Muriel's mother visits the baby on Too Close for Comfort. Then Richard Crenna and Patty Duke Aston return to television as husband and wife. The premiere of It Takes Two. Then, The Onion Field Killer is paroled, and 2020 explores public outcry.
Burnt on grease. SOS even works better on that. You should see Grandma's roasting pan. It hasn't felt that clean in 40 years. I know you like Brillo. But, Ma, you've been wrong about other things. You also like Mo.